This is probably the realest video that I've ever made. Everyone online talks about discipline like it's the perfect formula. You wake up at 5 a.m, you take the cold shower, you train every day, you eat to perfection. And yes, I agree with 99% of that. But no one talks about the days when you're tired, when you're exhausted, and when life throws so much shit on you that you can't move. The days when your body is cooked, the days where your brain is foggy. I know that feeling better than anyone else because I am so hard on myself at absolutely everything I do. And recently, I hit a point where I actually realized you can't kick goals every single day of your life. Today, I want to talk about the growth that no one glorifies. The mental side, the recovery side, the acceptance side. Because if your entire self-worth is about moving forward, eventually you are guaranteed to break. Because leveling up isn't always physical. Sometimes it's about learning how to not destroy yourself when you slow down. I recently come off 3 weeks off an oil rig, fully on night shift. Long hours, constant fatigue, and bad sleep. And coming home, weather changes and illness is inevitable. Normally, people would say, sweet, take a week off. But the second that I stop moving, every ambitious person will know that you start to feel behind. You start attacking the identity that you've worked so hard to build. Because when you're productive, you're successful. But when you're resting, you're failing. Even when I'm sick, even when I'm tired, even when I'm physically exhausted, I'm thinking I should be filming, I should be working out, I need to be eating more, I need to be working harder. But the simple fact is, you physically can't, and that is the point that you will break your own body trying to succeed. The most dangerous part about this is eventually you stop listening to your body and try and excel past that. But that is not humanly possible. If your body is telling you you need rest, the truth is you need rest. Because if you push harder, that discipline turns into self-hatred. That becomes a hell of a lot more dangerous than them rest days. I think people's perspective has been completely warped by social media. They see this perfect life, they see these people pushing harder than humanly possible. Everything online is hustle harder, sleep when you're dead, work to your point of exhaustion. And look, there is truth to it because most people quit too early. But there's another side to it. Some people simply aren't lazy. They're physically exhausted, mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted, worn out from trying to be better every day. But the worst part is ambitious people hide this so well, the world would never even notice when they're at the brink of breaking, of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion. But internally, they're anxious when they're resting, guilty if they're slowing down, and ashamed if they're not progressing. That isn't being healthy, that is just a survival mode. I recently realized that I was so addicted to trying to be more that I forgot to live in the now, live with no pressure. And maybe you're the exact same. Most people get to the point where they can't even watch a movie anymore because they're sitting there thinking, I should be working harder. Maybe every rest day feels like it's earned, but not necessary. One thing that I've been learning lately is that acceptance is not giving up. A lot of people say that you should be kinder to yourself, and then immediately they think, so you're becoming soft. Well, no. You can still be driven, you can still accomplish great things, and you can still be productive without working yourself like a machine. Humans recover, and recovery is still progression. Your body grows during recovery. Your mind resets during recovery. Your creative thoughts return during recovery. Yet we treat rest like failure. That mindset eventually catches up with you. I'm starting to realize that growth isn't always working harder. Sometimes growth is slowing down before you destroy yourself. That is maturity, and I think a lot of men struggle with this because we're taught to push through, ignore pain, keep moving, and suppress them feelings deep down and continue going forward. The problem with this is your body accumulates debt, and eventually that debt comes due and your body will just shut down. And I'm not here trying to say that I've mastered this because I haven't. I'm still learning. And honestly, I still feel guilty about resting. I still overthink, I compare myself to people online, but I'm learning something extremely important. Consistency over years matters more than intensity over weeks. The truth is, you just need to not quit, because you can't lose if you do not quit. Some days are for dominance, some days are for survival, and both count towards your life equally. If you're sick, recover. If you're emotionally stressed out, breathe. If life hits hard, adapt. Because no one runs at 100% forever. Not even all them creators you idolize online. But the difference between those who make it and those that don't, learn how to keep going long term without self-destructing. And that is the real secret, the skill that every single successful person is gatekeeping. So if you're feeling like you're behind lately, if you're feeling bad because you've slowed down, I need you to hear this. Your worth is not measured by 1 week of unproductivity. Resting does not erase all of your progress, and needing to rest does not make you weak. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is to breathe without guilt, because becoming better is not about improving discipline. Sometimes it's about improving mentality to get through all them hard moments. Because not every season in life is meant for massive wins. And honestly, that is okay. Because eventually you will rise again, stronger, clearer, hungrier. Not because you forced yourself never to stop, but because you learn how to heal while still progressing. Success isn't about one perfect day. It's about continuing to build after that one imperfect one. Subscribe if you're done feeling like you're destined for more, because here at TCP, we elevate and conquer. Now go conquer.